Well, the Democrats do not want to revisit the election. Take a look at that.
Did you really not have any idea that he was not fit to serve a second term?
Casey, we're looking forward. We have the largest Medicaid cut in front of us. We have the whole federal
you're
government
facing all
at
of this
risk.
because you lost a presidential election. And
Look,
is that not Joe Biden's responsibility for deciding to run again?
We're looking forward.
That's it?
That's it.
Are they beating a dead horse or what? Will avoiding the issue make people lose more trust in the Democrats and the media?
I definitely spoke out at our table that after the debate that President Biden should step down, but that if he ran, I would still vote for him. I voted for him the first time. I would have voted him. I voted for Vice President Harris the second time. But I do think one thing that really irks me on the left, and I don't really have a lot of faith in the right, so I'm not, you tend to criticize the people that you line up more, that you care more about, and that would be the Democrats for me. People lost trust in them because the voters were saying there was a concern. There were people across the board saying they had a concern. And the Democrats said, no, 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 over here, look over here. They told the voters what to care about, and they did not listen when the voters said they cared. So these stories come out aren't about beating a dead horse. It's saying if they could have a fair conversation that we heard you, we saw it as they saw it, they'd be gaining some of the voters back to say, okay, we're not going to keep saying that.
You agree with that?
No, I don't. I think that I want to move on from why the Democratic Party lost, and I want to hear from the Democratic Party about how we are going to take our country back and how what they are going to do to combat fascism and what they're going to do to stop the Medicaid cuts that are going on, to stop giving tax cuts to billionaires, to stop taking federal workers' pensions away, to stop taking federal jobs away, to stop taking education away, to stop attacking our institutions, to stopping, why is this Trump administration stopping medical research?
Wow. So we know why she wants to move on, because this would expose them too. Absolutely. For being the little puppets that they were throughout the last 4 years or so. Shirley, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I still want to know how she bought her damn house in Baltimore City on that, poverty level loan that she got. I still want to know that. Okay, inquiring minds want to know. That's number one, Sonny. No, she doesn't want. She wants to move on because she's still embarrassed. She still has not taken the responsibility, if you will, for her side that why they lost. She still wants to blame the Republicans. She still wants to call Donald Trump and his supporters fascists. That didn't win you the election, sweetheart, and it's not going to win you anything, quote unquote, going forward. You're not going to take the country back to make it into the fascist regime that the Democratic Party will do and will tear it down. You're not going to do that. We're not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to do that, Sonny. No. You're not going to do it. Take all of those lies. We should have distrust in our institutions, in the media. Certainly there should be a more distrust in the Democratic Party than it already is. I want it to be almost total distrust from you all. I want the Democratic Party to fail. I really do. That's what I want to say. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I still want to know in all of this, when we get through all of that, I still want to see the documents that you signed to get your house in Baltimore City.
Yeah. There's so much that she's got going on that I want to see. And the word Medicaid shouldn't come out of her mouth with her husband facing them fraud charges under any circumstances. But when they talk, and this is a whole other topic, probably we'll get to next week or maybe the week after. When you talk about them cutting Medicaid, they're not cutting Medicaid, they're putting the illegal people off. Right. And if you call that a cut, potato, but they should not be getting free health care from the American taxpayer. And oh, by the way, Kat Rom asked or said in the chat, Medicaid recipients get a job. Well, that's what they're going to have to do. And they're going to have cost sharing. They're going to have to pay something toward their health care. And it's going to be a new day. And it's a long time coming. William Jefferson Clinton, Bill Clinton tried to clean this up a long time ago. This has been a long time coming. And I 100% agree that illegals should not be getting any medical care sponsored by the U.S. taxpayer. That's not what we should be doing with our money. But Sonny should keep her mouth shut. Anytime the word Medicare comes up, she should cover up her mouth. Somebody should cut to commercial. something, because I understand that court case is not looking good for the home team. It is not
Oh
looking
yeah.
good for the home
Oh
team.
yeah.
Mhm.
And again, she's just going off and saying talking points from the Democrat, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
You
all
know,
the time.
right? It's not true what she's saying about Medicaid. RFK Jr. had a great exchange at a hearing at Congress where he laid out the actual numbers of why they're taking people off Medicaid, and it's all because, like you mentioned, Nicole, it's illegals.
Mhm.
It's people who were defrauding the system, illegals, and then people who were not working, not doing the work requirement that they have for it. So, you know, again, but this is what they do. Sonny Hostin could watch the left set the country on fire and still find a way to blame the smoke on conservatives. Okay.
She
She
would roast
doesn't
a marshmallow
analyze.
in somebody's butt. That's who she is. She'd roast a marshmallow on a burning Republican. She has
Absolutely.
no heart whatsoever. She is
She
a
throw
cold,
she throw
vicious
another
woman.
match in. She would throw another match in.
Yeah.
But you're right, KJ and Nicole. Bill Clinton signed the Welfare to Work bill.
Mhm.
It was applauded. It was a move in the right direction. First of all, frankly, I think Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, should be cut more. Not just with the illegals, but again, the people who are defrauding the system. There are many more millions or billions of dollars in fraud that I know we could find and make that system more efficient, if you will, and get the needs to the right people, the people that actually need it. And as far as Medicare is concerned, the people who actually paid into it, who need those funds. Sonny is full of shit. Okay, that's what she is. She's full of it. All these things we should distrust. We should have a distrust for our institutions, the media, government. Look at all the lies they've been giving us, and that's only in the last 10 to 12 years.
Right. I agree.
Right.
I mean, at some point, this social security net that we have has to stop being a net where people get trapped and they stay there forever, and become more like a trampoline where they can hit the bottom and bounce right back up and do some stuff with their life. But we can't get to that point if we just give them enough to survive and say, okay, well, as long as you make less than 200% of the poverty level, we're going to pay for your insurance and you don't have to kick in. We're going to give you food and you can eat whatever the hell you want to. You can go out and buy Delmonico steaks with your food stamps if you so choose. All of these things have to change. Getting people back to work. The Bible says it. Everybody has to work. Man has to have some sense of purpose. And we're not doing people any good by allowing them to lay around and pay $20 for rent with free food and free healthcare. It's not forcing them to do better for themselves. We can't continue to at this pace, even with our own people. Now, all the illegals should be put off right off the top. I mean, I'm 100% on that. But when we talk about America's promise, making sure our elderly and infirmed and sick children are taken care of, I don't think you have a problem with any American on that. But if you're a 32-year-old man who hasn't worked in 6 years, I don't want to take care of you. Get yourself a job. Stand on your feet. Take your place.
If I go to the store again, I think I might scream. If I see an able-bodied, particularly a man, let alone a woman, able-bodied people pull out the independence cards, and then they got in their wallet, they got credit cards, and they pulling this out, and then they separating the non-perishables from the perishables, and I'm standing in there with my damn card, and I'm like, okay, I gotta pull out my damn money. Okay, who I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing it. Not only that, they go from the grocery store. They shopping in Wegmans where I shop with the independence card. Now, granted, I'm not saying Wegmans should take whatever the money's gonna come from, right? I get it, right? But I'm upset that they can pull out a damn independence card and pay for half of their damn groceries and that's so I'm paying for their groceries and mine.
Yeah. I mean, but let's talk about it. So again, as you guys mentioned, most of this money, most of the Medicaid cuts are going towards getting illegals off of the Medicaid rolls, which was something that the Biden administration started. They had open borders for the last 4 years or so. People flooded in. They gave them all these social services. And so now President Trump and the Republicans have to clean it up. According to the House Budget Committee, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that the Biden-Harris administration's open border agenda cost federal and state taxpayers more than $16.2 billion. That's with a B, to provide Medicaid-funded emergency services to illegal aliens during the first 3 years of the administration. This is a staggering increase of 124% compared to the same period under the Trump administration when he was first in office. So again, you have 1.4 illegal immigrants on Medicaid they're going to cut, 4.8 able-bodied adults choosing not to work they're going to cut, 1.2 million who are ineligible to receive Medicaid but are getting it that they're going to cut. And so those people shouldn't be on Medicaid anyway.